Okay, so here's the update since I last went live. Okay, so Molly and Morgan. Okay, I got a hold of her. Okay, so I called police again this morning around 8:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere around there. I went to go meditate, and after I didn't meditate, I prayed, and um, I have to get focused here. I didn't meditate. I ended up praying to God a whole bunch of things. It doesn't need to be repeated because that's my first time, even though it was that loud. Um, and I finally was focused. I called them beforehand in hopes that I could do it, and then I was like struggling to like put my words together because I was so anxious and worried and stressed and like, oh my God, because the realization that Molly had a dog named Lola, okay? And my neighbor Ashley, who is a very interesting and colorful individual, okay, has had this dog, this big black with brown spots dog, okay, for 2 days now, flaunting it in my face like, what? And like, she said it was aggressive, so I stayed away. And of course, I shouldn't have. And it didn't click, stupidly, because I read it, but it didn't click, or it was being prevented from being realized by technology. But I digress. That's a theory. Anyways, well, it's not a theory, it's proof, but no one believes it. So whatever. Any hoodle. So, I had this realization. I panicked and I meditated. Okay? And instead of meditating, I prayed. So I called the police, and again, it was unbelievable. I called 911 this time because it is an emergency. I believe there is something afoot. There is something sinister, and I don't believe she's okay. I believe, ma'am, family members, or whoever is watching, okay, that she is either not alive, she's been unalived, okay, and, okay, or she needs some serious crisis intervention, okay? And I contacted the family, and the mom was like, I told her, like, I'm gonna rephrase it, okay, and be polite about it. She has challenges, mental health, and possibly addiction. That's not my way to say, but I can definitely say she's making a huge effort. By her journal, that girl's making more of effort than I see most people make. Okay, she is like dedicated to finding a place. She's tenacious. She is trying to keep organized. She's communicating through writing her emotions, and she's journaling. That is a sign of a good coping mechanism that is well built. And being a person with substance abuse challenges is possibly one of the hardest challenges you can face, because they want us addicted to drugs, so we disassociate and we cope in unhealthy ways for us that kills us. And like, I know, like, this is the sad part. I know a lot of addicts who just say, I'm just waiting to die, because the substances are addictive and horrible for you. They destroy you. But we are having a drug pandemic all across the globe. All across the globe. Every country is having a drug pandemic because they want us on drugs. Because we are less engaged, we are less connected spiritually, and we are very easily manipulated due to our programming. Now, back to this whole Molly and Morgan thing, okay? So then I finally decided, okay, so then a whole bunch of men started contacting me, okay, around the same time, okay? Like two men, like two different men, and I think one more different person. And these men are more interested in her bag than her. One guy's like, oh yeah, she's fine. And I'm like, okay, well, if I could get a visual confirmation and ask some questions, I really, like, that would be nice. He wants to pick up the bag. And he's like, which bag is it? I'm like, the silver one. And so if it's not in my apartment, it has been stolen from my apartment. And then we know something's afoot. But anyways, I digress. So the family's like, one, nothing to do with her. We don't know how to get a hold of her. And just very dismissive and like took it very wrong that I was contacting them. I don't feel negative energy like that and have the understanding to fully act upon it. And I assure you, I am hold on. I'm being electrocuted. Ah, electrocution. Damn electrocution. Streetcar 4618 503. Anyways, so let's get back to business. I don't have this gut feeling like all the time. I look through garbage constantly. And if you would like to see, I will prove it. How much clothes come out of that house? I have got very large amounts of clothes from there. It's like they're getting clothes, not using them, but paying for them. Child sex trafficking, modern day slavery, aka terrorism, is what's keeping this country consumer economy running. It is a foundation and building block set from colonization. The elites, yeah, this is gonna sound crazy, but you just have to accept it because basically anything is possible. These elites, these billionaires that run the world, these elite families, these 100 people that run 100 families that run the world, are alien. They're not of this world. They don't subscribe to humanity. They are evil and they worship Satan and they bring evil and magic and subjugation to you. In history, this Tubi had a good documentary that they sent Trick taken down that was amazing. Okay, so if anybody has it, share it. Okay, share it. What else? Somebody had that video from Tubi. Yeah, it's this documentary. I'm not sure done by who. I kind of watched it because I was being electrocuted into not watching it. But they had this scene about Google having this patent to beam frequencies at you. Beam frequencies at you from every different device in your home. Every single one of them. And frequencies are the only thing that we accept without our consent. Because our brains emit and take in frequencies. They have the power with frequencies to numb sound. They have the power anywhere where there's a vibration on the floor, that vibration where you're like, that's like vibrating. Sex trafficking, slavery, and an underground system is beneath you. And there is terrorism as a fundamental building block of this Canadian world. Anywho, back to Molly Ann Morgan. Okay, so Molly Ann Morgan, like, again, I'm going to comment on this. Her ability to write down and organize her life, regardless of what has happened to her, she is very meticulous. Not meticulous, but for her position to be that organized, dealing with all of the traumas that the homeless and substance abuse challenged life is, she tries more than most people that I saw at the Bond. The Bond is a hotel shelter program at Times Square. Sorry, my bad. Otherwise known to Canadians as Dundas Square. Dundas Square is where the world's children come to die. Okay? That's where they become to be tortured, brutalized, savagely destroyed, cut open, fucked in every orifice of their body. And don't forget about the animals. Like, the animals, 20 times worse the treatment to the animals. Like, think about your poor dog being boink and oink to death. Those cat videos where they're wrapping them up like burritos, they're popular because that's how you fuck the cat. Sorry, that's how you boink the cat, holy pokey. The boink and oinking. Daddly diddlers, diddly dawdling, daughters everywhere. That's what it is. Terrorism. And these people are savage. The tenor, don't get me started, okay, on Dundas Square. I faced Dundas for 2 years. I assure you, there is slavery in this country. Slavery by our ignorance. Slavery by the lack of humanity. Anywho, so now there's this whole question of this dog. Now, I don't really want to take care of it. She's like a lovely dog, but it's not my dog. So if anybody would like to adopt this dog, because mom said, whatever it is, like if you can't handle it, take it to Humane Society. I'm like, sorry, okay. Like obviously the family's like, no, I've had enough. And there's one thing I like to say. As I'm dealing with this, and I'm seeing that mother's reaction, okay, and the stigma, and probably also the hurt and pain and sadness of watching your child go through some tough times. And one thing about drugs that people don't realize is that they are a spiritual experience. Don't forget that. Drugs take you to another level, another plane. It is spiritual. It is your body's way of, it is your way of coping, but it is not just for fun. Because that fun ends real quick. But it is the spiritual journey. And that's why people go crazy. Because the lack of integrity and impulse activity is profound. And then you have the whole system, which is built to smother us in hardships. Everyone, okay? Everyone is built to smother us in hardships. Every system is built to smother us in hardships, okay? Now where am I going for this rant? So, yeah, and at the Bond Hotel, and I'm sure every hotel, if you really think about it, all of everything in it is meant to tie someone up at a certain height, above their reach, the fridges, the counters, the closets, to hide them, okay? And then construction, I don't know how they do this. I call them portals or electricity. They're done by electricity probably. And they're these tunnels that they tunnels or portals between units. So all the condos are connected. I'm sure that you could go up and down that condo, never being seen, okay? And just go to different rooms waving people. And it's like a whole fun evening, you know? And they have it attached to the subway, so any infrastructure you build, any infrastructure, okay, you build, that's why it costs so much, because they are building so much more underground. It is so much more intricate. I have heard we have 1 million people underground. 1 million people! What the shite? And, okay, so there's this one story. This, like, back to Molly and Morgan, she tries really hard. She really does. Okay? And I think we all try a little bit, but the stigma of identifying with drug use in this world is incredibly difficult to downlive. If you can ask my mom, she's like, I go to the hospital, I get treated like a queen, okay? My son goes to the hospital and he has addiction and he's homeless and challenged. Gets kicked out of the hospital 2 days early so that he can get sick again and die, because our system smothers us in hardships. And when you are homeless or disadvantaged or disenfranchised, it is incredibly difficult, okay? And they can take you down like that. They have technology that transmits messages to your skull. That sounds crazy, but maybe we all know about it. Or maybe they have us controlled under it already and don't want us knowing about it. But it's called voice to skull. And if you want to Google something else, Google chainless slaves. They have edited that since I've started telling people to Google it. But it is a chainless slave program. It is a trauma training program to make a chainless slave. I've heard men talking in Kensington who are like, yeah, you can just grab a woman, push her into the bush, push her down on your dick, and she'll just suck it. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I just overheard it. I'm thinking to myself, what? Then I remember chainless slaves. And of course, that would be part of the trauma programming. Jeez Louise. I don't know what to do at all about the situation. So please, okay? Let me know in the comments, like, share. Please, let's find Molly Ann Morgan, okay? And her dog Lola, She has a dog. Okay, and don't get me started on what I think is happening to that dog. Okay, if she was kidnapped, raped, and robbed, the dog was kidnapped, raped, and robbed, and raped, and raped, and raped over again. Oops! I mean, you should hear the barking. I assure you, it's rhythmic, it sounds funky, and it's like bark, 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 bark. They are being boinked. Yeah, the torture they inflict on humans and children mostly is literally nothing compared to what they inflict upon animals. Seriously. Like, so do not think for a second that dog is safe in Parkdale. Okay? No. It is not safe in Parkdale. And actually, I live next to you. I don't have anything against you, but girl, you are like a man in a woman's body. You needed to be a man, and I needed to be a woman. Okay? And if we had switched places, we would have been, well, I don't know, but we would have had definitely more fun. Okay? And okay, so my last bit, okay, now I'm not saying this at the end, I should have said this at the beginning. Thanks for everybody who's watched the last live video about Molly Ann Morris and the journey. So the first time I got police, let me go back into one more thing. So, as I was talking to police after my meditation session, okay, which was like 10 o'clock, 10:10 to about 10:25 or something, or 10 to 10:25 a.m. this morning on someone's front lawn. Okay, because I couldn't find the space, and I was like, okay, I just laid down on someone's lawn. And then instead of meditating, I couldn't meditate because I was being zapped. And I was being zapped and I started praying, but we're not going into that. I digress. Okay. The police was like, I'm like, I'd like to let you know about an emergency. He's like, is there an emergency happening? He asked me for the address. He was like, I felt like it was intentional, pretending not to get the address and just like making me have to repeat it a billion times so that I get frustrated. Now, then, he continues to kind of get like really defensive, okay? Like really like, is there any emergency happening right now? I'm like, yes, there is. Because I believe Molly Ann Morgan is missing. Because my building has sex trafficking written all over it, okay? And she may be a victim of a rape and murder. I hope to God someone finds her. But I fear the worst because I get the worst vibe from this notebook. Okay, it was meant to find me. Like, that book was destined to find me. We are valiant do-gooders, okay? And we will find her. We will find her and we will make sure she's safe. And she is not safe. We will bring justice. Because an investigation needs to open at 1268 King, King, Street West, Toronto, Ontario. I don't know the postal code. I just moved in like 2 months ago. And I really don't want to learn it because I don't want to stay there. Okay? So, we will find her. And I was told by someone, and I don't know if this is true because I can't trust anyone, okay, in my position. She said she's been missing for 5 days. Or hinted at it all. So, I think that there is a bigger story. And like I said, out of this garbage can, like last week, okay, people, I found a pack of diapers. There were like 2 or 3 missing from it. My thought is, who would thought out that many diapers? Because the mother is still going to need it. You're not stupid to not give the mother what you bought if you bought it for her. No, you use what you need, throw what you don't need. Why don't you need the diapers anymore? And trust me, I'm going to go I have some proof I'd like to show you people on my next live. Just wait. Okay? So please, please, please tune in, because you will see what I'm talking about, and you will marvel at like the sheer capacity. Like, these dresses are beautiful. I love them. I love wearing them. Okay, because look at my outfit. This is my outfit, girls. Yes, girl, yes. Holy shikes. Holy moly. Oh no, tooter booter. Ah, shikey Mikeys. Any hooter, thanks for tuning in. And remember, if you see Molly Ann Morgan, tell her to engage with these live streams and posts, because I want to know she's okay. I want a visual, and I would like to ask her some questions, because it is essential that we get to the bottom of what is happening in that building and across Canada, across the globe. Every government of every nation is frontmen to these elite puppet masters who are occult, devil, worshiper, aliens even, okay? Because they certainly don't subscribe to human behaviors and have genetic differences. So please, 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 don't trust anything the government tells you, because they are after you. By signing the birth certificate, your parents made you a share in the Corporation of Canada, thus making you liable to pay for the debt they own with your life. So we could all end up in a concentration camp real soon, because, by the way, Ontario's in like over $150 billion worth of debt. That's like the Greece of North America, okay? All we have to do is default, and all of North America crumbles. And we, the freaking Canadian population, gets put to death, because this land is slated for isolation. It's slated for experiments. It's slated for isolation. And the whole entire population, everyone but the billionaires who know about this plan, the elites, the people they want to survive, will survive that attack. Because I will say that I went into a slavery palace, okay? Not to do it, but I snuck in, okay? Managed to get through the doors of the Daphne Cockwell Health Sciences Institute by Russian University. Is a complex of slavery. So is Mount Sinai. That's what they're called, complexes. Okay, and they're medical complex. They do pharmakeia sorcery. Okay? And pharmakeia sorcery is like Babylon's pharmakeia fooled the world. And we were fooled by the merchants of the earth. Right? We have been. All of our corporations are using dead people to produce our food. Peanut butter is shit, by the way, and yogurt is like ground up dead people, and milk is probably something of their blood or something. Oh no, the soy milk is. And all the meat is dead people. All that McDonald's serves and all that Walmart sells literally is made out of dead people. They make that crap out of dead people, and very poisonous to you. Very cancerous. The meat industry has more carcinogenics than cigarettes. And they are filthy, nasty oinkers over there. We need a totally new system, analyzing and taking our greatest capacities as a human race to analyze what has worked, what hasn't, and completely renovate the era, okay? Completely renovate the eon, okay? We in Canada can stand up for this, can rise above it and solve it. We can create an entire new system. Call it something brand new. Not communism, not democracy. Something new. Something brand new. Something that we've never thought of, that is more cohesive and allows a different monetary system that is not geared towards our slavery. Once we go digital, we are slaves. They can control what we buy. We are soul of the river up Chocolate Creek without a popsicle stick. Okay? Like, and when I mean Canada's population is set for destruction, okay, North America is not supposed to go into the next eon. It's supposed to fall. Okay? It is Atlantis. And it's being deceived by technology. Okay? It's being deceived by technology. Okay, not only are we being manipulated by our technology, like it can read our minds. You know, when you turn on the 5G, sit there and watch this like light, like constantly be on in your mind. Like when I first turned on the 5G, it connected to my conscience. And they know every thought you're having. Your phone also predicts you, it's all predictive training. So it'll feed you information. And so this is all connected to Molly Ann Morgan. If there's an investigation into her disappearance, it would open an investigation into the building, in which case it opens an investigation to the entire neighborhood and city and country of Canada. Because child sex trafficking, modern day slavery, aka terrorism, runs this country. Justin Trudeau is a figureman for that industry, for that purpose, and I swear to you, he is not for your benefit. Okay, every loan they take out for you is your life on the line, because you are a share of the Corporation of Canada, and you are liable for the debt they have. By signing that birth certificate, your parents made you a share in the Corporation of Canada, which makes you liable for the debt that they have. Remember this, and you can pay with your life. What do they reclaim? Everything you own if you have debt. Holy shit. And what is valuable? Our lives. And Canada is set for destruction. Okay, everyone but the elites are done for. Okay, they will put us in construction camps, all of us. Oh, don't forget about construction. The new Ontario line is a den of terrorism. They build infrastructure into the city that allows the torture, rape, pillaging of slaves. They kill, torture, murder, rape children, girls, young women, and even men. They have no mercy, and everything that's under construction or built in infrastructure has child sex trafficking, slavery in its midst, built into it underground. That's why it costs so much. Child sex trafficking, modern day slavery, aka terrorism. Terrorism! Terrorists everywhere! Help! It's terrorism. If you don't think it's terrorism, you are sadly mistaken. And I wasn't just talking to you who are watching me live. No. I am talking to the people around me too, because they need to hear it. Because they are blindly ignorant to the fate that this North America, that the fate of North America depends on your action. The more you do for those children, those slaves, the more God will reward you. Because the children are His chosen people. They go to heaven, apparently. I believe everyone goes to heaven, but they go to heaven because they are innocent. And I remind you, gentlemen, you are not a man. If you rape and pillage a child, hit a woman, degrade her in any way, you are a man because you act like it. You act with integrity, dignity. You treat her with respect. You take care of her, and you nurture the next generation. You teach, not destroy. That point sword, that man sword, that penis you have is meant to create life, not destroy it and violate it and gaslight it. It is a sacred, powerful object. Muscle. It's a sacred, powerful, spiritual muscle. That is your sword. And if you use it for evil, you will only get evil in return as karma. And karma, I ask you, bring karma back to every terrorist who rapes a slave, shows no mercy, and destroys the future. Bring it back swift and 100 times itself. Return on their karma, their negative karma, to their beings, their situations, their lives. Remind them, karma, what they have done. Please. Thank you, karma. Really appreciate the karma that you've given me. Thank you. I appreciate you helping, and you're stunning. Thank you. Anyways, I said bye like forever ago. So, okay, so I'm going to say goodbye on that one. But, Yeah, please tune in next time because I will show you some proof, girl. I got proof that this is a child sex trafficking, den of inequity, aka terrorism. Holy shit, terrorists are everywhere. Help us. Bye-bye. How do you...